Happy 4th of July, everybody, and with the holiday, we have some big news for My Hero Ultra Impact. We do have a new character centered around the new season of the anime coming out. We'll talk about him here more towards the end of the video. We'll go through his kit, we'll go over the memories that are coming out alongside him, but before we get to that, we have a few other things to cover. So first off, we are getting some login bonuses. We have the first round right here in front of us. If you log into the game right now, this is live, so you will be able to log in for 7 days and get these rewards. Stamina is very nice, the hero gems are nice, the helmets are nice. Like, actually all this is pretty nice. 200,000 gold on a login bonus. This is honestly a pretty decent login bonus right here. So that is the first round. The second round will be starting on the 18th and run until the 1st of August, where you are able to get more hero gems, you're able to get more stamina, you get some advanced level up items, and then 30 more hero gems on day 7. So a decent amount of free hero gems incoming. That is nice. Make sure you guys are logging in every day to claim those. Additionally, besides the login bonuses, we are going to be getting some gifts. So these are the gifts you can expect to get in your gift box. Feel free to pause the video at any point to go through and look at the dates for when you guys can be expecting to receive these. But a lot of these are just like your normal hero gems. They're your tickets for the anime celebration, stuff that we have had coming out for a while. We have a few advanced level up items thrown in there and some stamina, but yeah, not anything too crazy, but still something to look forward to. Free stuff, right, is always good. And then besides that, we have some rate up campaigns. So looking at these rate up campaigns, the only ones in my opinion that really matter are the item drop rates up for main quests. So right here you have ×3 drop rates up. That is ongoing right now for the main quest. The big ones that you definitely want to make sure you save some stamina for are the ×5. This one will be happening on the 6th and run until the 7th of July. So make sure you guys are ready for that ×5 drop rate. That is going to be very nice. It's going to give you a chance to maybe work on your Kaminari if you haven't gotten your Kaminari's ability boards up yet. So this one right here is kind of a bait that goes through the 5th right here. It's just 1 day for ×3 when we're about to have ×5. So be careful with that. Be careful with saving your stamina. Don't get baited by things like that, okay? But very nice. And we got a couple more ×5 drop rates in here. Feel free once again to pause, take a look at the dates, zoom in on the video, and see when you can expect those drop rates for the main quest. All the other stuff is hero base, USJ, VE tower, stuff like that. Stuff that's okay, it's not super important. Out of all of them, I would say like VE tower is the second most important because you want the medals to be able to buy the free memories, right? So during the times that VE tower has higher drop rates, you should be farming that out just at least on auto on like the blood stage, which is the easiest. But you know, you guys do you make your own decisions, but those are kind of the two that I would pay attention to right there. Now, besides all of that, we do have a couple of banners coming to My Hero Ultra Impact. Some of them are rerun banners, but these are actually really good rerun banners, okay? So we have the Revival MHUI Summer Festival, and now this does not just feature Todoroki. This is in the game right now. You are able to log into the game and summon on this banner. So on this banner, you have the Yukata Deku and you have the Fireworks Starry Night Todoroki, as well as these other memories if you missed any of these from previous years, and the SR Su. This SR Su has actually had a lot of uses and has been very decent in the past. And I also want to point out, this is easy to miss, pity has been reduced for these characters and memories. Normally pity is 300, it is now 200, so take full advantage of that when you guys are summoning if you do decide to summon on this banner. Now I know they have hit you with a lot of really good stuff lately in the game, especially with the Kaminari banner, so you might not have the hero gem saved up. So you know, you're gonna have to probably make some choices about whether you summon on this rerun banner, you summon on the Kaminari banner, or you summon on the other rerun banner that we're about to talk about here in a minute. Okay, but this banner, sorry, let me go back here, starts on the 5th, so it's out right now, and it's going to run until the 17th. And then this next banner is going to start on the 10th and run until the 17th. This is a bait banner for sure, in my opinion, but you know, your guys' choice what you do with it. We have the yellow Tokoyami, purple Jiro, green Hawks, blue Hawks, red Hawks, and yellow Hawks featured on this banner, all at the normal pity rate as well. So I wouldn't worry too much about summoning on this banner. None of these characters are like that crazy. The best ones, in my opinion, are probably purple hawks and or red or yellow hawks. Like, I feel like those are probably still pretty decent, but purple Tokoyami I feel like is still the best possible option out of all these. I don't think it's worth summoning on this banner, especially when you see what comes up right after this banner goes away, which is the Revival MHUI Swimsuit Recruit. So the start date of this one is the 18th, the other one ends on the 17th, so this comes out the day after, and this will run until the 4th of August. For this Swimsuit Recruit, you will be able to get either Najire or Ochako from the previous years, both very good characters, right? Najire specifically is still very good to this day, so if you can get her, it's a big dub. Additionally, you have the Memory Splash, which is goated, and you have Dull Summertime, which is goated. Both very good memories that people have wanted for a long time, and they only come around once a year. So you definitely, I think, are going to probably want to throw some hero gems at this banner. Even I want to throw some hero gems at this banner, and I have all these, but I don't have as many copies of like Dull Summertime as I want. I have one copy of Splash. I still need another copy of Najire to max DXer, right? So this banner is actually pretty good right here. This one is, I would say, one of the reruns to summon for, more so even than the Revival one right here, because these characters, Yukata Deku and Todoroki, I found a few uses for Todoroki. Don't get me wrong, he's been decent, but Yukata Deku has never really been that useful to me in my eyes, whereas on this banner, I have used both of these characters at some point in the game. Now, Uraraka has fallen off a little bit, but Najire is still very good. These memories are still very good. The memories here are kind of okay, but they're not super crazy. I do think this is the better banner if you guys are trying to decide which rerun banner you want to summon on. And once again, just like with the Revival banner here, we have reduced pity for the Swimsuit banner, which is nice. So 200 points to get to pity to get a character or memory of your choosing, which is a lot better than the 300 pity. So I'm so glad they're finally reducing pity, and it seems like they're doing these step ups more often and whatnot. I feel like there have been a lot of improvements to the summons this year, and that was something we complained about for a long time, so I will give the developers props for that. However, I would still like to see new content in the game, because we still no longer have VE Tower, or we have it like once in a great while and they don't give us a schedule for it. So I would like to see some new content in the game. I don't mean just a new case file, I mean like a new long form of content sometime this year, but maybe that's just copium. I'm holding out though to see that at some point. Okay, and then next we have the new character banner. So this is going to be Season 7 Dabi, Schemes and Scoffing Blue Flames Recruit. The start date will be on the 15th. This will run until the 1st of August, where you will be able to get the new Season 7 Dabi, the new UR memory, and the new SR memory. We're going to go into all of these in depth, starting with the event memory that actually comes out alongside this banner. So the event memory is called Secret in Darkness, and what this is going to do is it's going to increase character skill impact by 45% when equipped by an ABL type character. Decreases critical hit rate of all opponents by 15% for 3 turns if there are any villains on the team. It's an okay SR memory. The art looks amazing. Like, I actually love that art. That art looks really, really good, right? But I don't know about the actual SR memory itself. I wouldn't say this is worth keeping multiple copies of. I say get your one copy, max stupid out, call it good, because it is an event memory. It's a free-to-play memory. I don't think you're going to be using it in a ton of circumstances, right? But the art is actually like, that's deserving of UR art right there almost. That's really, really good. Next, we have the summonable SR memory, Quick Takedown, featuring Endeavor. So this memory is going to increase character speed by 30% if there are any pro heroes on the team. For an SR memory, that's actually really good. Decreases critical hit rate of all villain opponents by 20% for 3 turns, and then reduces character's cooldown time by 1 every 2 turns up to 2 times. That is an insanely good SR memory. Like, that is one of the best general pool SR memories I have seen in a long time. So this is worth getting at least 2 copies of and keeping them separate and working on DXing 2 copies of this memory. Like, as far as SR memories go, this is a really, really good SR memory. 30% speed, cooldown time, and decreased critical hit rate of enemies. Like, there are stipulations on it, but they're easy to fulfill, right? It's just really, really good. This is a very good SR memory. This is, if this is the SR memory, the UR memory better be freaking insane. And then there is the art for this SR memory. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the free-to-play art a little bit better than I like the summonable art, but I like this effect a lot better. This effect is just very, very good for an SR memory. So once again, I recommend trying to get 2 copies of it, keeping them separate, and then work on DXing those 2 copies, because I do think 2 copies of this memory can be useful, especially for newer players who might not have cooldown time memories. This would be a very good memory for you. Okay, and then we have the new UR memory, Let the Escape Show Begin, featuring Compress. So this is going to increase characters' critical hit rate by 60%. That is one of the highest percentages we have for a crit memory. And it gives them the ability to nullify status elements when burning. After 2 turns pass while character is burning, reduces character's cooldown time by 1 up to 2 times. So this is very, very, very good for Dabi, right? Like that's just literally screams designed for Dabi. And it would also work really well on the yellow white-haired Dabi that we had before this one. This one is going to be blue, but the OG white-haired Dabi it would work pretty well on. And then we got the art right here, of course, with Compress and Shigaraki and Spinner. So very, I would say pretty decent memory right there. Decent art. I like it. I'm just still not, I'm kind of torn. I still kind of like this art. I still like this one more, I think. I like the free-to-play summonable or free-to-play event memories art better than the summonable memories art, in my opinion. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Which one do you like better out of the 3 memories right there? Okay, and last but not least, we have Flames of Rancor Dabi. We are going to take a look at his kit and whatnot, but first let's take a look at his art. So there is his unawakened art and his awakened art. It looks pretty dang. It looks pretty decent. Okay, I am excited. That looks sick, right? That looks really, really sick. I'm so excited to get this character and try him out. He looks so cool, honestly, in my opinion. But let me know your guys' thoughts on the art for the new character. So his plus ultra move, I have not read any of this, by the way. This is my first time reading it. I'm going to react to it live with you guys right here. His plus ultra move is called Flash Fire Fist Jet Burn. Deals 650% damage to a single opponent with a high chance 90% of burning them in Hellfire for 3 turns. This skill gains Bullseye. Okay, so you're basically guaranteed almost to hit them with Hellfire for 3 turns with this skill. Okay, action skill 1, Blue Purge. Deals 400% damage to a single opponent. Decreases the opponent's critical resistance by 35% for 3 turns with a medium chance 60% of burning the opponents for 3 turns. Does that mean you can burn multiple people even though your skill only hits 1 person? If that's the case, that might be actually interesting. Okay, and this skill has Bullseye. Ooh, okay, that's nice. So we can get 3 evasions and stuff like that. Cooldown time of 4 is not bad. Blue Judgment deals 400% damage to a single opponent, decreases the opponent's critical hit rate by 35% for 3 turns, with a high chance of burning the opponent in Hellfire. This skill gains Bullseye. So 2 single target attacks. Interesting. And he decreases critical resistance with this one, and he decreases their critical hit rate with this one. And he has a 90% chance of burning here and a 60% chance of burning here. Cooldown times of 4, which is pretty good. And then if you combine that with the memory, right, which reduces the cooldown time by 1 up to 2 times after 2 turns pass while burning, that is going to make his cooldown times 3 turns, which is just, you know, that would be really, really OP and make him fit onto pretty much any team really easily. So that is pretty good overall. Other than the fact that these are single target attacks, I like it. I don't know about the single target attacks. That might be rough for him. We'll have to see how strong he actually feels in the game. If these are multi-hit attacks, then like, yeah, you're fine having single target attacks. That's totally okay. But if they're just 1-hit attacks, that's what makes it a bit rough. Auto skill 1, I'm not trusting anything. Gives Sharp Eye, chance of evading 30% to all opponents and allies. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. Why are we helping the opponents? Okay. Gains burn counter when character's HP is 5% or higher. Burn counter has a medium chance of inflicting burn 3 turns on the opponent when they attack. When character's HP is below 5%, gains burn counter and the ability to draw aggro. Burn counter can inflict burn for 5 turns on the opponent when they attack. After 1 turn passes while character is covering allies or drawing aggro, decreases character's critical hit rate by 15% up to 6 times, also blocks character's recovery and buffs. So if he drops below 5% HP, he's going to start drawing aggro. Then if they hit him, they'll burn for 5 turns, and then he can potentially proc his plus ultra on them, activating Hellfire, and just literally nuke an enemy. But you're taking a big chance doing that because he is so low on HP, and you're also decreasing your critical hit rate each turn, which is like not the greatest, which is why you almost have to have the 60% crit memory on him so that he can still hit crits by the time he drops this low on HP. I don't know how I feel about him. Okay. Skill 2 for auto skills, Deep Resentment. Gives character the ability to make a last stand when burning. Okay. Increases character's critical hit rate by 60%. So there's another 60%. He could have 120% crit. Holy crap. Burns character for 3 turns after character initiates critical attacks 2 times. This effect cannot be nullified or cancelled. Increases character skill impact by 30% when character is not covering allies or drawing aggro. Also increases character's critical skill impact by 6% after receiving 2 attacks from an opponent affected by damage taken restore up to 5 times. So he only has 1 last stand and they expect you to be below 5% HP to draw aggro and get your burn counter. Like, you would have to literally build your team to keep this guy alive. That's so impossible. What? I don't understand. I don't get it. 1 last stand is not enough to keep this guy alive. Like, he would need persistence or 3 last stands. Like, take a look at Mirko. Mirko has a similar like deal where she gets lower on health, she does more damage, and she has never worked out well. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. Like, I see the nuking potential. I see that he could be one of the hardest hitters in the game potentially, but also we're damage capped at 99,999. So why does it matter if he has nuking potential? Well, actually, no, I lied. Hold up. The damage cap does not apply to Hellfire. The damage cap does not apply to Hellfire, so he can actually bypass that 99,999 damage cap. Okay, so I see the potential. I see the potential there. And he could actually do a lot of damage, but it's just going to be hard to keep him alive below 5% health. Granted, you can burn an enemy for 3 turns with the burn counter and still do your Hellfire, but that's still not like anything that crazy. But having a 5-turn burn on somebody and then doing the Hellfire, that could be absolutely nuts. So I don't know. I don't know how often we're actually going to get to see the 5-turn burn counter and then a Hellfire. I don't know. I would like to think there's a way to do it, but I can't off the top of my head think of an easy way to achieve this. But if you guys have a team in mind, like, let me know down in the comments. Obviously we have Yayurozu who can give last stands to the team, and you could pair that with Dabi's last stands. Maybe, I don't know what you could do. There's some weird things you could probably put together to come up with some sort of team that works for this character, but as of right now, I don't know how I'm feeling about his kit. I'll be completely honest. I feel like it could go either way. It's a 50-50. He could be good, he could be bad. I don't know. I will have to summon, I'll have to test him out to give you guys my full opinion of him. Right now, I would say he's a general pool unit, so maybe skip on this character, but it could be a pull too if he ends up being broken. I don't think, personally right now though, looking at his kit, he is going to be a super meta, super broken character. But with that said, he does have that nuking potential, which could be the difference in like VE Tower, if a VE Tower ever comes back out, on getting a high score or not. So hard to say, to be completely honest. But let's take a look at his Plus Ultra animation to end off this video. This Plus Ultra animation is provided courtesy of Hydros Impact. If you guys haven't checked out his channel yet, go check that out. Okay, let's see what Dabi looks like. All right, so he's jumping into the air. He's doing his jet burn. Okay, why did we jump down and then all of a sudden we're going up? I'm a little confused there. So he jumps up, right? And then he's coming down. And then it switches the angle to where now we're going up. Does that make sense to you guys? Did that make sense? It made no sense to me. That made no sense at all. We go down from the air, and then now all of a sudden I guess it's an uppercut. Is that what that's supposed to be? Okay, I don't know. I think it's supposed to be an uppercut. Interesting. I don't know. The animation, there's a lot going on there. It's not the cleanest right here in this video, I guess, but it's not bad. It looks interesting. It's got the custom background. It's not just a black background, right? We got the blue sky at least and everything going on in the background. So they put a little bit of work into this character. Whenever we have the custom background, I feel like that's when you know the character is going to be halfway decent. Whenever it's just a black background, you know the character's not going to be very good. So I think he looks decent. I think he looks interesting. I do feel like at this point in time, compared to Kaminari, compared to the memory that's on Kaminari's banner, compared to the rerun for the swimsuit banner, this character may potentially be a skip, especially with the reduced pity on the other banners. Like, I feel like a lot of people could probably get away with skipping this particular character and be okay. But let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, and hitting that subscribe button Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.